Hey, look at you, all grown up and needing car insurance. You don't have to freak out if you got a driving record that's not so hot or worry if you aren't sure exactly what you need. Able Insurance has your back. Pass up the national insurance companies where you're just another number and keep your auto insurance right here in Charlottesville. 979-0814 is the number. AbleInsurance.com is the site.
Go.
What up, though, BallHawk Show.
Say it one more time.
What up, though, BallHawk Show.
What up? What a doe? Welcome to the BallHawk Show podcast. I'm your host, Amal Hawkins, and I thank you for tuning in to the BallHawk Show. Today's episode, we got a Who's on the Line one-on-one with former Cavalier defensive back and 2019 NFL prospect Tim Harris. You don't want to miss his story and just his journey while here at the university and what he's been doing to prepare for the NFL draft. Before we get into the interview, make sure you subscribe to the BallHawk Show podcast. Make sure you leave a review on iTunes. And if you want to support the BallHawk Show podcast, just go to anchor.fm, search the BallHawk Show podcast. There are options on how to support the show. Or if you just want to go to Venmo or CashApp, it's just BallHawkLLC. So I definitely appreciate all the support. Shout out to my sponsors. Shout out to the donors. And let's keep it moving, man. BallHawk. What's good with y'all, man? Today on Who's on the Line, I got my main man, Tim Harris. You all know what he went through while he was at UVA. They call him the elder statesman at the U. So we got Tim Harris on the line. What's good with you, Tim?
What's up? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Just wanted to chop it up with you. I know Pro Day is coming on us fast. It's coming up actually this Thursday. We were set to do this on the show last week, but I got under the weather, and I appreciate you being flexible and still joining me.
Yeah, no problem.
So, I mean, the last past interviews I always ask Chris, I asked Alameda and Jordan, what was your feeling just for the Belk Bowl, man? How did it feel to end out on a high note? You personally, you had an interception. You had another phenomenal game, which, got you really on the radar of a lot of scouts and stuff. So, can you reflect on just that game?
I think that game, really put UVA football on the map. Just especially, ACC team playing against an SEC team, and then dominating, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Me speaking for the defensive side, we put in a lot of preparation in that game, and it showed. I mean, you see kids out there dancing on the field, having fun. Like it was like a real live party out there, and you could just see that even the guys that wasn't playing was involved in the game. So I think the coaches here are doing a good job of, like, even though somebody might not be playing, everybody's involved. It's really helping us, like, helping this program go a step closer to what we want to be, ACC championship.
Yeah, and just looking at the game, man, just remember reviewing the film the week after the game. What did y'all see preparing for South Carolina for y'all to seem like y'all was always a step ahead of their quarterback? Like going into the game, he was a quarterback that was accurate, explosive. But after that film, he looked real pedestrian, man. What did y'all see when y'all broke this film down?
I think the main stuff was just like knowing the concepts, because they ran a lot of different stuff out of different formations. But if you really study what you're looking at, study the concepts, what receivers is where, and all of that stuff, it plays a huge part on your preparation. So everything that I was seeing on film, I was seeing in the game. So it was just like some stuff I can, like especially the interception, it's like I almost knew it was coming. So it's kind of like I jumped it type of thing. So I guess like that preparation, like I think it was like a week or two before, was really crucial for, us. And that's why I really think that we came out on top like we did 28-0.
Yeah, that's crazy because, just listening to you, just reflecting on when I played, it is certain games, man, or certain teams you could game plan and from the receiver split from the ball and the down and distance. You know, it just seems like everybody gets into that routine, man. And just looking at y'all, I was just like, yo, they really locking them up. You know, and now people always saying because, you know, Debo won't play him. But from listening to you, it was like even if he played, not taking anything away from him, but schematically, you had a beat on what they wanted to do.
Yeah, like we know what was going on. Like not just me, but like I knew like tight ends, what run plays was coming. Like I knew everything that they were gonna do. So you know, I mean, don't get me wrong, Debo a good player and all.
Yeah.
But, you know, we would have been ready still.
In fact, that's what I'm saying too. You know, it's one of the things where we ain't knocking Debo and then saying he was a slouch, but just in the whole scheme of things, you know, does he make a difference? Absolutely, but he still is going to fit within what they're trying to do. So he's still going to run a certain route. You know, he may just run it better.
Yeah.
So all right, man. So you know, we talked about the bowl game. Let's go ahead and take it back to the beginning for the fans who don't really know who Tim Harris is, and you know, the point of me doing these interviews is for you guys, because unlike basketball players, people don't get to see your face. I want them to know your story, because the draft is important. You are alum now. You've been through the program. You set the program up to be successful. So let's go back to high school, man. You went to Verona High School in Richmond, and actually Mo Kennedy was your teammate in high school, which is crazy. Both of y'all playing corner at the same time on the same high school team.
So me and Reese kind of been playing since actually we was in rec ball. We've been on the same team ever since, you know.
Yeah.
And they ended up going to Verona High School. He played one side and I played one side. And that was a pretty good year for us too. Even when I came here, when I first got here, you know, Maurice was. I played with him. It was good to play with him. You know, just a whole different connection. You know, when you're on the field, you just feel, you know, just because you've been playing with this guy for I don't know how many years, you know, you just feel more comfortable on the field. Yeah, so that was good. That was like a great experience for me.
I mean, you was a four-star recruit out of Verona. Coach Stu Brown was your head coach. What was the recruiting process like with you? You know, when I talked to, you know, Jordan, he made a reference that a lot of people sent questionnaires, but UVA was one of the first schools who truly offered him. Chris Peace was just like basically the same thing. You know, he was looking at a lot of, you know, like Norfolk State, and then UVA came, and Lamade the same way. So what was it like for you in your recruiting process?
So I think so my ninth grade year, you know, I was on JV, and my dad and my uncle decided just to go to a camp, you know, just one camp. It was just like out of the blue too. It was like, oh, tomorrow we're gonna go to this Penn State camp, you know. Yeah. And we ended up going, and that's when I was in ninth grade. They ended up putting me with the older group, with the 11th graders and the 12th graders, and I won the DB award there. Wow. And ever since then, you know, Joe Paterno had called my coach, my high school coach, and my high school coach really didn't even know who I was at the time because I was still on JV. And ever since then, you know, it kind of like skyrocketed because that was my first offer, and I was, you know, going into my 10th grade year. And ever since then, it kind of skyrocketed. But I had to say, like, UVA was the most consistent, you know, offer I had. And, like, I was talking to them every day. I was going down there almost every weekend. And, you know, I had some older guys like Anthony Harris and, you know, Maurice and them that's from my area that I worked out with at home, you know, telling me about the program and telling me how, you know, I can come in and, you know, it'll be a good experience for me. So I think UVA, just Coach London at the time, you know, him and Jim Reed was recruiting me at the time, and, you know, they was always stayed in contact with me and my family, and that kind of like built my relationship with them and made me want to come to UVA. So that's the real reason why I came to the University of Virginia. But
it's crazy, man, when you were just talking. So Joe Paterno is calling Verona High School, talking to Coach Stu Brown. He's like, yo, man, we want to offer your DB that you got to school, Tim Harris. And he like, who? Oh, that kid played JV.
Yeah, my coach honestly didn't even know who he was talking about. Like, I remember I came in away from the next week on Monday, and he asked, like, out loud, he was like, who's Tim Harris? You know, and ever since then, you know, I started on varsity, and Yeah, it was kind of like a dream come true, man. I didn't expect that going into just a camp, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't even know. At the time, I didn't really even know about like recruiting process. I just thought I was just going to a camp. I was about to beat the players and the coaches, and it's gonna be it. But you know, I kind of got something outside of it, so that was all. That was a good experience for me too.
No, that's a dope story, man. That to me, that's because I always, you know, I talk to a lot of young high school players, and I always say, man, if you could get out to a camp, get out to a camp, and just for your daddy, uncle, just on a whim to take you to a camp, and you got placed in a group that was older than you, and you just going out there with no expectations, you just played.
Yeah, just playing.
Yeah,
just playing.
And it worked out.
In the backyard.
Yeah,
and I end up working out.
So we fast forward, you get to UVA in 2013, man, and you one of the 12 true freshmen to play. Like you immediately start playing, and it was funny because David was at quarterback with number 5, you was at DB with number 5, and from a distance, y'all do look similar until you see, you know, he got the flat jacket on and things like that.
Yeah, a lot of people said that, man. Dave was my dude, man. Dave was my guy.
Yeah, you filled in for Demetrius Nicholson, and what was that experience like, man? Just getting thrown to the fire. I played as a true freshman too, so I was talking to Chris today at the at spring practice before you got there, and I was just like, yo, I remember my first practice at UVA, but people don't realize like your first game is crazy, and you made your debut versus number 2 nationally ranked Oregon, in front of all those people, bro.
It was challenging for me, you know, hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Just like, you know, coming from high school and making it to that level of football, you know, you got Marcus Mariota coming in, you just like, whoa, you know, like I'm watching on film like, dang, this is really college football. But, you know, that year, you know, I was just turned 18, you know, really a young guy, like a young dude out there, you know, playing with, you know, older men, and I don't know, it was a humbling experience for me. You know, I learned a lot. I was taught a lot, especially by the older guys.
Yeah.
They did a lot of teaching, you know, because I was so young. But you know, them guys that I praise still to this day, because you know they had my back through thick and thin. You know, everything won't, you know, great, but they helped me out a lot and prepared me well for the rest of my years at UVA, so I thank them for that too.
Nah, and it's great, man, that you already had a support system here with Ant here and Mo already here, so that helped with the transition. But when was you on the field when Mariota took off? Was you on defense then?
I wasn't on the field then. I didn't get on to the I think it was like the last 2 quarters I played.
Because he was a blur when he took off. Well, I was like, good God.
On the sideline, I was like, man, this is crazy. This is crazy.
And then that same year. So was that same year when you had to line up in front of Sammy too that year as a freshman?
Yep, that was the same year. I think it was like the end of the year.
Yeah.
You know, just seeing people you watched on TV when you was in high school, man, trip you out. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Just chip you out, but it was a good experience for me. I mean, you know, it didn't go the way I wanted to, but I definitely learned from it, and it really helped me out through my next years that I was at UVA.
Yeah, man. I mean, one thing I always say about you in all the conversations we have in many years is that you never lacked confidence, and you always had true belief in yourself, and that'll transition me to, you know, the elephant in the room. The various injuries that you had, and you know, I remember before last season, me and you had a you know, behind closed doors type of talk. We were sitting on the bench, and I'm not going to disclose, but just seeing how you battled from that conversation, because I talked to Coach Howell a lot, and he always held you in high regard, and I knew how excited he was always for you, just to be able to demonstrate the ability or display the ability that he see all the time. You feel what I'm saying? So what was it like for you, just your walk with these injuries, and just, you know, did you pull on faith? Like, who was your support system to get you through those rough times?
All right, so like 2017, I think we were in camp, and I swipe for a ball, my shoulder came out of place. I had tore my leg, but it was something, we thought I could have still played on. So I played like 2 games, but it kept popping out of socket.
Yeah.
So I remember Coach Mendenhall told me, like, yo, I think it's a good idea if we got surgery, and come back next year.
Okay.
So, I talked with my family and stuff, and I think that was the best decision as well. And, that was my first time having surgery, my first time really getting, like, having an injury like that, like something I knew was going to take time to heal, which was like a 6-month process. So, I credit Miss Kelly and all of them for helping me through that process, but like behind closed doors, it was a hard process for me because I know this was my last year and I wanted, I wanted to move on with my future, but, stuff happened and I went through my rehab as hard as I can. I got my shoulder back fully healthy. Still to this day, I have no problems with my shoulder.
Nice.
And, so 2018 come and the first game of the season, I break my wrist. And, that when I broke my wrist, that really, hurt. That really stung. But, I just put it in perspective. Like I just did this the year before. Like I can get through this therapy and I can get myself strong and I can overcome it. I could have easily, went home and, just gave up. But I feel like, I don't want to 10 years down the line. I don't want to regret what I did, the decision I did. And I think me coming back really showed not just me, but other people, they can overcome obstacles in life, even if it's a year back to back, I still stuck with it, even though it was hard. I'm not saying it was the easiest decision I had to make, but I think it was the best decision for me because now, I can see my dreams coming true, and I'm just glad I stuck with it and I stuck with my family. My family helped me through the process, my friends, and I'm just happy to be where I'm at now.
Nah, man, that's definitely that's a great story and a great testament just to your fortitude and your ability to finish what you wanted, what you started. Like you said, not giving up. But on a lighter note, how did it feel going to classes at UVA for 6 years?
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. It took everything. It took a lot. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was so ready to get out of here my 4th year, but it just come with the game. I met new people, networking, older people, younger people. I met a lot of people in different fields, so maybe I get that connection down the line.
Yes.
Too. So I feel like just all the stuff that happened to me since I've been at UVA been a blessing because I think it's gonna help me out in the long run.
And what was the transition for you like? Because we all know going from the head coach, Mike London, to Mendenhall, everybody always asks about that. But I want to ask you, what was your transition like going from Chip West as your defensive back coach to Coach Nick Howell coaching you?
I feel like, it was just a whole different perspective. Like, when Coach Howell first got here, it was totally different. Like, just not even, the DB work or anything, but like, just everything, like weight room wise,
fitness and stuff.
Discipline wise, and that's really something, what I'm saying? Not just me, but everybody had to adapt to, and, but now, like, you can tell, like, the stuff is paying off, people is really realizing what they're doing is the right thing. Like, everything they're doing is right. It's set in stone, and, there's no easier way in, easier way out. It's like, you either gonna do it or you're not. And, I think they put a good perspective on life that way, too, You can't just ease in through thick and thin or through jobs or through football, through anything, you gotta really push through, and they really guide those principles, into their players now, like, especially earn that giving, like, you don't work for everything you get. And, I think since I've been here, that really, even me being an older guy, that really helped me, earning my number every year and earning this and earning that and earning that. Because 10 years down the line, nothing gonna be given to me. So
yeah,
I really pride, them of doing that because it really helped me out, especially this year.
And one thing I think about, and I ask all the guys about, the jersey draft, and I always pop up the mind because. You talk about the earn not given being the older guy, and I always felt like the jersey draft is like the ultimate sign of respect when it comes to your team because, like, what was usually your draft order the past 2-3 years?
I think it was like top 15 every year.
Okay, so you got 12 to 13 guys ahead of you, and everybody had the respect from you that. Or you had their respect to which they knew they weren't gonna mess with 5. Because me and Chris joked around, it was like one nobody gonna mess with Micah's number, one nobody gonna mess with Quinn. Because it's times where somebody could just take like in the locker room. I always tell fans when we discuss the jersey draft, and some fans didn't like it, and I was just like, in all honesty, that's a way of coach allowing the team to dictate who's respected because of their work ethic, not because of a stature. Now don't get me wrong, your stature plays a role because we human, but if dudes see you out there, busting your tail, and they know what number you want, I doubt if somebody's gonna jump out there and take your number because they're gonna be like, yo, I don't know what he might do or how that's gonna be perceived. But I think that says a lot for you also because even though you battle through injuries, real always recognize real.
Yeah. Because I was, on that time, I could have went higher. But, most of the time, I was still dealing with my injuries and, different stuff like that. But, I was still there, doing what I had to do and doing everything I had to do. Even though it might not have been seen, because I was mostly, like, in the training room getting, treatment. But whatever I was doing, it, like, people knew I was doing it at a, high level. So I think that's what, that would work out me. Keeping my number 5 all my 6 years I was here.
So with your injuries, do you feel like you see the game better because you had so much time to be away? Because like Malcolm, I know Malcolm Cook when he had to sit out, he was basically essentially like a part of the staff. You're doing the signals. As you personally, did you feel like it helped with your film study and just the way you started to break down the game?
Yeah, I think my film study was the main. Like during that time off, I think my film study was the main thing that I really focused on and really grasped. Like I was in there watching film, I coached Coach Howell most of the time when I was down and stuff. But like you look at film and stuff, what I'm saying? Most of the time, kids nowadays just looking at themselves.
Yeah, yep.
Just want to know what plays I'd have made,
What's their grade?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like, if you really sit down and like study your opponent and like really understand like what's going on, like what this receiver about to do, it just makes you play like 10 times faster. And you just know what's going on. You're not out there just reacting to everything, But I think, what I'm saying, me doing that, like while I was down and like transforming into this year, like really helped me, like just not being reactive, but just being proactive.
Yeah.
Being able to, jump routes or get your hands on way more balls, just off watching film. So, yeah, that's why I think the film, while I was down, was a huge part of my game from this year.
So, what do you think? What do you feel like if we review this year for you personally? And I play DB, so I watch y'all a lot. I talk to Coach Howell a lot, and I always try to pick y'all brains. But just reviewing your film, man, just off the top of the head, I would say like you really hit your stride to where it was a high level, probably around like the Miami game, to where it was like, damn, Tim up here taking people helmets off, he closing on the ball. He looking and leaning. He getting great position. I remember the Duke game. You may look like you was beat, but you was competing to the end. Cause like the Tim before then would just be like, damn, I'm beat.
Yeah.
But what? Like, did your approach change, or did you just feel like you said, it was like the Matrix, man? It just started slowing down.
Yeah. Like my first 2-3 games, wasn't so good. I think it was mainly because of, me not playing in the game for 2 years, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I had to really adapt, you know what I'm saying, this game speed,
That's a good point. Yeah.
I think part of that too was my practice habits wasn't where they were supposed to be. And I started taking practice, I was taking practice serious, but I started doing everything I can perfect, trying to do everything I can perfect, spend extra time, studying what I need to do, and you know what I'm saying, still getting in my film work too,
Yep.
But my main thing I think for those first 3 games was, me adapting. I wasn't playing in the game for 2 years. It was kind of hard, not hard, but it was just different. It was just a whole different vibe, and for me to get comfortable, and I think my practice habits, made me do better as the season went on, and I just kept it up, and it was just getting better each week, and it showed. So,
I agree with that. I definitely agree with that, man. Because I'm allowed to watch y'all, and I like to watch one-on-ones, and I started to notice in the middle of the season, you were making sure you won every one-on-one rep, and a lot of DBs just be like, oh man, I would have had a safety there, or I would have had a linebacker there, but it just seemed like everybody was trying to win, whether it was you, whether it was DB, whether it was Hall, Bryce, the core guys was trying to make sure they won't trying to let Billy Kemp and all of them beat them. But it's amazing that you said that, because you can see I could assume that, damn, he really turned it up. But now that you said it validates what I was thinking, what I've been thinking. Just, I always had a coach in high school, Mike Smith at Hampton High. He always say, play the way you practice, because we creatures of habit. And you just said, you had to improve your practice habits, and lo and behold, the game habits. Because I know, firsthand, dog, when you went to the East West Shrine Bowl.
Yeah.
I know they was looking at you crazy because your practice speed was probably a whole lot faster than what they were doing.
I was like, man, y'all don't even know. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't even know what we be going through in practice, but I came out there late too.
Yeah.
I ended up running with the first team.
So tell the story about. I know the story. Tell the story about how your agent hit you up in the time you did have to get out there.
So at the time, I wasn't even signed with an agent. I was talking to a couple dudes, but I didn't really know who I was gonna sign with. And this guy that I'm signed with now, his name Landon Bretsworth.
All right. Shout out to Landon.
Yeah. He hit me up and I think it was the day before the game. The day before the practice, the first practice was, and he was yo, Tim, I got you a flight in 2 hours. You're going to the East-West game. And I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? I'm confused. I thought I was a dream. I was like, and he was like, yeah, you got in. They called me and whatnot. And, you know what I'm saying? From right there, I started packing my bags. I called Ruben, the athletic equipment guy, to get my bags right, put my helmet and shoulder pads, all that type of stuff in there. And 2 hours later, I was on a flight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Going to St. Petersburg, Florida.
Yeah.
And, I got down there. Everybody already got their playbooks. All that type of stuff. I'm kind of behind. I made it to the first day of practice, so I got there and I was running with the threes. Just because I had got there late. But when I got out there, I was balling, and
that's a fact. Yes, you were.
Running with the ones at the end of the first practice, and
that's crazy. So you started with the threes, and by the end of the practice, you were with the ones.
By the end of the practice, I was with the ones through the whole time I was there,
Salute.
And but you could tell the habits I had, they had instilled in me here at UVA. With different habits that different, you could see different schools. Not saying every school there was, had
no
bad
doubt.
Habits. Some people was out there just like I was, doing the same thing I was. But you could tell coaches, the coaches that was running, they could tell who was, who was doing it right and who wasn't doing it right. And I just happened to be one of the guys that stood out, just from me, not even my, my playmaking ability, but me just running to the ball, or, just throwing up on film every play. You know what I'm saying? Me running to the ball or just doing anything. But I think them practice habits and that stuff they instilled in us, like, it's gonna go a long way. Like, you might not see it when you're doing it, but you can tell, like, me going from this setting to another setting, with a bunch of other college football players, you gonna stand out, like, just off of what you already know. So
you made a lasting impression. Every time I turn on Twitter, they was shouting you out. I mean, that's the thing, man. A lot of folks don't realize, like, when you know what somebody's been through, and you know the ability that they had, and we always have talks, and I always say, look, man, your size and what you can do, all you need is an opportunity. That was all my belief was you was like, you healthy, you fine, because I know you can play. You know what I'm saying? Your hips always fluid. You was always aggressive. I would, man, we was just like cheering, like, yo, Tim finally getting that much needed shine that it should have been here. You feel me? But it's just injury. Yeah. So I mean, that's a dope story, man, and that pretty much sums up, like, just your journey. Just a guy that understood, put things in perspective, man. Like, the sport we signed up in, but the journey that we take it's not always gonna be perfect. But if you truly believe in what you do, you good.
Yep, that's exactly right.
So we got a couple more minutes, man. Let the folks know where you've been training at and how you've been preparing for the pro day and the draft.
I've been training at Cressetti Performance up in Newcastle, Pennsylvania.
Shout out.
My boy Terry, he really had a nice program for us, and we really took it serious. So, and I had a couple guys up there, Jiggy, and
y'all live together, right?
So, we kind of stayed on top of each other.
Okay.
So that was always good, and man, I enjoyed the process, but now I'm ready. I'm confident in my numbers, and I'm ready to just show up on Thursday for pro day. So it's like a dream come true, man. I just, never thought this day would happen, but it's here, and I'm ready for it.
And did you do it before and after photo?
Yeah, I got it before and after photo.
Because I was messing with Jordan because he didn't do one.
It's crazy. I'm gonna have to show you.
No, I saw it. Yeah. Because I was messing with Jordan. I said, yo, dog, you ain't do no before and after photo? And I think O didn't either. It was just you and Chris.
I don't think O did either. Yeah, me and Pete was like the last one that was there, so I think they knocked it out. But,
Well, shoot, man, I definitely appreciate you coming on the show. Anybody you want to shout out? You want to put out your Twitter handle, Instagram handle, or anything?
My Instagram, THarris5, and my Twitter is CRZYTHarris5. So that's where I'm at with it.
And going into this pro day, man, what was your favorite childhood team? Or did you have one?
My favorite childhood team was the Redskins, man.
Okay.
I'm a Redskins fan.
Well, there it is. Well, I know Josh Norman, little brother Mario, played me in the Arena League, and I mean, you're a wiry, long-arm guy just like Josh is, and they definitely need DBs.
Hey, hopefully I get the opportunity, man.
Definitely, bro. Well, I definitely appreciate you coming on the show, man. As always, I'll definitely be there Thursday in the building to provide support, man. But appreciate you taking time out.
I appreciate it, too.
So there you have it. Hopefully you enjoyed the interview. You got to know who Tim Harris was. Got to understand this is a young man that went through a lot of trials and tribulations, continued to believe in himself, continued to take advantage of the downtime that he did have to master his craft, not just physically, but mentally. Just learn how to break down film, as he said, and just started appreciating the things that he did have and improving on his practice habits, and it took him a long way. So, yeah, man, it was definitely fun, as always, just fellowshipping with Tim because he's such a great dude, and it's a guy that you want to see win in the end. Pro Day is this Thursday. I definitely feel like he's going to perform at a high level. He has all the measurables. He's going to pass the eye test as far as his size and wingspan for the defensive back, the cornerback position. But it's just all about being in the right place at the right time. and rising to the occasion. So that's all I got for y'all, man. You know the motto: good is the enemy of great. Be great in everything that you do. Never let anybody tell you you can't do what you set your mind out to do. BallHawk. Hold on, that was broken. Let's try again. Y'all know I've been sick. There we go. We out.
I want the whole world spin my record. Cheryl, the hooded styles, check game, stay free records. Oh, shorty girl fed to death and I'm massaging. Bad news, even be massaging. I got a fitted head, I be massaging. Pinky rings on my finger, I'm massaging. I got a speedboat concert cause I massage. I coming through about a whole Econo Lodge. I be massaging, I be massaged. I'm coming through with Cadillacs and massaging. Yeah, boats I'm constantly massaging. I got GPS's, I be massaging. I catch croaker fish cause I'm massaging. I like a macaroni plate, I be massaging. Even oodles and noodles, I be massaging. Straight out the ghetto, cause I'm massaging. I got ice around my neck cause I'm massaging. Or even gold teeth, I'm massaging. A pinky ring iced out cause I'm massaging. I got $100 million, I be massaging. I got $10, I be massaging. I got $1,000, I be massaging. I got 22 cents and be massaging. I take a penny and be massaging. I tell shorty girl fat, I be massaging. Your big two, I be massaging. I be massaging, I be massaging. I got a GPS steering wheel massaging. Whole share road chain be massaging. I got a Uzi, I be massaging. I got a 12 gauge pump, I massage. I got 100,000, I massage. Ain't broke, I be massaging. I stay paid, I be massaging. I stay late, I be massaging. I hit the pool all night cause I'm massaging. She wanna come through loaded and massage. Whole team, we massage. Bad new posse constantly massage. Ain't no joke, I be massaging. Even the bacon and eggs, I be massaging. Polo shirts, Chateau Adidas, I be massaging. I love you, sweetie cake. Spin my record, let me give you the game. On how to get rich. Take a penny and flip a penny. Then 40 billion. Why? I be massaging. What? Car steering wheel. I be massaging. The whole label of the State Free Records in the VA. Oh, we be massaging. Let's have a money shot.